I've always been an atheist, firmly rooted in the belief that the supernatural and otherworldly were nothing more than human constructs born from fear and ignorance. However, an experience I had one fateful night shattered my convictions and plunged me into a realm of horror I could never have imagined. It was a cool autumn evening when I received a call from my childhood friend, Sarah. She was in a state of panic, her voice trembling as she explained that her uncle had passed away and she was left with the task of sorting through his belongings at his old, decaying house in the countryside. She asked if I could accompany her for moral support, and I, ever the skeptic, agreed without hesitation. As we arrived at the house, a foreboding sensation gripped me. The place looked like it belonged in a horror movie, with its sagging roof, broken windows, and overgrown garden. I tried to convince myself that it was just my imagination playing tricks on me, but a lingering unease persisted. Inside, the air was musty, and the dim light filtering through the cracked windows cast eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. Dusty relics of a bygone era cluttered the rooms, and I couldn't help but feel like an intruder in a place forgotten by time. We started sifting through the belongings, and that's when I came across an old journal. The leather-bound cover cracked and stained. It belonged to Sarah's uncle, and curiosity got the better of me. I began to read. The journal was a testament to her uncle's obsession with the supernatural, a belief that had consumed his life. His entries were filled with bizarre accounts of spectral sightings, strange occurrences, and a growing dread that some malevolent force lurked in the shadows of the house. My skepticism compelled me to dismiss his writings as mere delusions, the ramblings of a troubled mind. But as the day turned to night, strange things began to happen. We heard whispers in the empty hallways, faint but distinct voices that sent shivers down our spines. Objects moved on their own, sliding across tables and crashing to the floor with an unseen force. The temperature dropped, and an oppressive atmosphere settled in the house, suffocating us. Sarah, too, was becoming increasingly unnerved. She confided in me, her eyes wide with fear, that she had seen a shadowy figure lurking in the corners of the rooms. It was a shapeless, ethereal presence that seemed to defy the laws of nature. I tried to rationalize it, blaming it on our exhausted minds playing tricks. But then, as we explored the basement, we stumbled upon a hidden chamber. A place filled with disturbing symbols and an altar covered in dried blood. It was a shrine to something unholy, something I couldn't bring myself to comprehend. My logical, atheistic worldview crumbled in that moment as the reality of the supernatural became inescapable. We fled the house, leaving behind the journal and all our doubts. The night was inky black, the moon hidden behind heavy clouds. We drove away from that accursed place, leaving it behind in the rearview mirror, never to return. I don't have the words to describe the terror that gripped me that night. The experience shattered my disbelief in the supernatural, forcing me to confront a world that existed beyond my comprehension. I still struggle to reconcile my rational, atheistic beliefs with the horrors I witnessed in that house, a place where the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural blurred and the darkness of the unknown encroached upon my reality. I no longer dismiss the supernatural as mere superstition, for I know that there are forces beyond our understanding. That night, I became a believer, not out of choice, but out of necessity, as the terrors I witnessed were all too real and all too horrifying to deny.